Well, hello. It's a Wednesday. Even though you're seeing this, it's not Wednesday. I don't know what day this is. Could be Thursday. I don't know. But I'm gonna do a vlog today. Um, what what should I do it on? I have absolutely no clue. I guess I could do what I eat and what I drink and how I exercise in a day, or I have an idea. So last week we were at Disney World in Orlando, Florida, all week. Universal Studios, we were there for 7 days. If you hear my kids in the background, they're in the pool with my husband. So anyway, we were at Disney World, and I mean, it was hot every single day, and this is June. Yeah, I couldn't imagine going in July. Like, some people actually go in July. What, in August? That's just insane to me. But anyway, tons of food, but tons of walking. We averaged 17,000 steps a day, and it was really fun, but I was so ready to be back home in my comfort zone. But so, I mean, like, we totally ate off keto. I did eat keto a lot of times, but I had desserts and I had, stuff that's not keto every single day. And one of the number one questions that I get when I do Q&As, when I do anything, people DM me all the time, and they ask me, how do I get back on track after getting out of ketosis? And so I realized, let me get comfortable. I realized that, when people ask me that, they're not asking me, how do I get back on track? Because it's simple. You literally just go back to keto, or, however your way of eating is, it's simple. You just go right back to what you were doing before. But that's not really what they're asking. What they're asking is, how do I get back to the weight that I was before I ate off my plan? That's, I think, what the real question is, and that's what I'm going to answer for you. So that's the real question. Or also, how do they get back into ketosis? What really people want is a magic bullet. They want like some magic answer. It's like, okay, here's what you do. You don't eat for 3 days, and then you're going to be in ketosis, and you're going to be back to the weight you were before you ate off of keto. But I mean, that's literally what you would have to do to get back to where you were before as quickly as possible. But that's no good. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody should do that. It is literally just getting back on track, realizing the scale is going to be up, realizing it's going to take probably 2 weeks to get that water weight off, because that's what it is. It's not fat. It's never fat. It's water weight. Get that water weight off is going to take at least 2 weeks, depending on how long you were off track. A day of off track, it might take you just a week to get back to where you were. But like a whole week of off track, 2 weeks of off track eating, there's going to be a lot of bloat, there's going to be a lot of water weight. It's going to take you at least 2 weeks to get back on track, usually. And that's not what people want to hear. They want to hear that they drink this special shake, or they take these exogenous ketones, and they're magically going to be back in ketosis, and they're going to be back down to the weight that they were before they ate off track. But that's not how it works. I mean, you can go and take exogenous ketones. It's not going to do what you think it's going to do. It might put you back in ketosis, but it's not going to magically melt all of the bloat off. What people really don't want to hear is that it takes patience, consistency, patience and consistency. It's really what it all boils down to for the whole weight loss process. I mean, that's a really condensed version, but that's really all there is to it. So, like I said last week, ate off plan all week. I mean, there were meals that were keto. And if I ordered coffee, it was keto friendly, because that's just how I drink coffee now. I did catch myself wanting to order like a coffee with a lot of sugar, like a macchiato from Starbucks, a caramel macchiato, because that was my old go-to. Then I was like, why would I do that? That's not me. That's not who I am anymore. I am a person who orders their coffee without sugar, with the sugar-free stuff. That's who I am now. And whenever I order a burger from a restaurant, I don't get the bun, because that's not me. I don't do that. I am a person who eats their burger without a bun. Or if I'm at a restaurant and they serve chips or bread, I don't eat the chips or the bread ever, because I am a person who doesn't do that. That's not me anymore. So even when I'm on vacation and we're, kind of splurging, I still won't do those things. Let me see what else. And I won't order soda. Like, I'll order water or a diet soda, because that's who I am. I don't order sugar soda anymore. It's just not me. I've essentially changed, who I am. And that's really what you've got to do if you want the weight loss to stick. Like I'm a walker. Like I'm all sweaty because I went on a walk today. I'm making sure that I get in 8,000 to 10,000 steps today, and it is so hot today. I mean, did I even leave Florida? Because it feels like Florida here now. It's 89 and the humidity is 70%. It's been raining all week, and now the sun came out, and it's supposed to rain more later, but the same sun came out, and it's like steam all, from all of the water, and it is so miserable. And it is very uncomfortable going out there and walking, but that's my only option right now. I don't want to, I do have a tread climber, but that's really not for getting in steps. It's really a slow walk, and it would take me a long time, and it would be way harder than just going outside and getting my steps in outside. So I did an hour-long walk. I broke it into 2 walks because I was just so hot. And I made sure that I stayed hydrated, and I was sweating bullets. But, it's just what you gotta do. I am a person who walks every day, and I try to get 8,000 to 10,000 steps every day. Maybe one day a week I won't do it, but that's it. So now I'm at 7,000 steps. So I've got the rest of the day. It's 3 o'clock. I've got the rest of the day to get in the last 3,000 steps. Should be no problem. Yeah. So yeah, that is how you get back on track after a hiatus, I guess is what you would say. Normally I don't splurge as much as I did last week ever. Usually I would splurge like once or twice a month, but last week it was every day, and I don't regret it one bit, because everything was really delicious, and it was just a fun treat. It was a week, and the scale's up, and who cares, right? In the grand scheme of things, I don't want to overthink it, because overthinking it is what keeps people stuck. And when you're overthinking or beating yourself up over what you did in the past, that's all that energy is going towards beating yourself up when you could just get right back on track and get that bloat off as soon as possible. So anyway, yeah, today and yesterday have been really good. I'm making sure not to overly restrict. I'm eating plenty. I know some people think that after a week of splurging, that then they're going to eat 1,000 calories a day to get back on track. But it's not necessary. You don't need to do that. Just go right back to eating your normal way of eating. And that's what I'm doing. So yesterday for breakfast I had, yesterday was Tuesday. What did I have for breakfast? I had 2 eggs scrambled with some ground beef and some butter. And then, I was gonna say, let me look at my phone, but I'm recording on my phone. Duh. For lunch, what did I have for lunch? I guess that was my lunch. That was like breakfast and lunch, because it was a lot. It was like half a pound of ground beef cooked, 2 eggs, and a tablespoon of butter. It was a lot of food, so it kept me full for a while. And then for dinner, I had a burger that is a recipe that's going to be in my cookbook that's not coming out until next year, end of next year. And it was so good. It was a burger filled with cheese, like mixed in, and some other stuff. It was so good. And I had one of those for dinner with some sugar-free barbecue sauce and a keto brownie cup. So that was my dinner. I'm sure I had something else though. I just can't remember. Some cheese or something. Anyway, today was for breakfast I had 3 scrambled eggs with 5 little Applegate sausages. They were just okay. I probably won't buy those again. They're not that tasty. So yeah, 5 of those little sausages, 2 scrambled eggs, a tablespoon of butter, and I was so full. And then for lunch, I had another one of those cheddar burgers with some sugar-free barbecue sauce. And for dinner, I'm going to have some leftover pot roast, a yummy pot roast that is another recipe from my cookbook coming up at the end of next year. And that's what I'm going to have for dinner. Oh, and this is all, I've got all of this. I always plan it, so I make sure I hit my my carb goal and my calorie goal. But then I'm going to have 2 pieces of the Sola keto bread with butter. Yeah, keto is just so hard. So hard. It's so unsatisfying. But it's not. It's so good, and it's so good. Anyway, guys, that is how you get back on track. There's no magic bullet. There's no magic pill. What you have to do is be consistent and patient and get to your goal, and then you keep going. Because if you don't keep going, you're going to fall back into old habits, and then you're just going to gain the weight back. So, yeah, my goal is to be fit and strong even when I'm 90. So that's my goal. My goal's not a weight on the scale. It's not a size of my pants. It is being able to not being in a wheelchair when I'm 90. That's my goal. All right, guys. That is it for today's vlog. This will probably be, I guess, a Thursday maybe. This will be put on various places, YouTube, Facebook. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.